You are listening to the Shopify Solutions Podcast, a podcast for Shopify store owners that brings you concrete examples on how to build and grow your e-commerce brand. Your host is Scott Austin. He owns a Shopify agency called Jade Puma. In this podcast, Scott will share his e-commerce insights and best practices with you.
Hey, Scott Austin here. At my agency, Jade Puma, we're big fans of AI. We're using it more and more in the work we do for our clients. And we see our clients embracing it too. So something I've been thinking about lately is if every Shopify brand starts using the same AI tools, the same product copy generator, the same AI chatbot, the same email automation, the same image generators, what's left to compete on? That's what today's episode is about. AI in e-commerce has crossed a threshold. It's no longer a competitive advantage. It's table stakes. And the brands that don't recognize that are going to fall behind. But so are the brands that think AI alone is a strategy. We've seen this transition before. Years ago, a mobile-friendly site was a genuine differentiator. Today, if your store doesn't work perfectly on a phone, you just lose the sale. The same thing happened with fast shipping, with basic search, and with SSL certificates. AI is going through that exact transition right now, just really fast. What was a differentiator last year is table stakes this year. So today I'm covering two things. The AI baseline every small Shopify brand needs to be running just to stay competitive. And then some strategies that will actually differentiate you. Things AI should already be doing for you. Every brand is going to find its own way into AI. There's no universal checklist for brands. But to give you a sense of what's already becoming standard practice, here are 10 ways Shopify brands are weaving AI into their day-to-day operations. Some of these will be immediately relevant to your business. Others might not fit at all. The point isn't to do all 10. It's to recognize that your competitors are already doing several of them. And the ones you're not using yet are worth a serious look. 1, you shouldn't be manually writing descriptions for hundreds of SKUs. Tools like Shopify Magic auto-generate SEO-friendly product copy from a few bullet points. And our own Datafy app is regularly bulk assigning product meta fields to entire catalogs. This gets products to market faster and keeps your catalog consistent. 2, basic customer support deflection. Customers expect 24/7 responses. AI chatbots handle the routine stuff. Order tracking, policies, password resets, etc. AI chatbots work great if you give them accurate documentation to use to answer customers' questions. The goal isn't to replace your support team, it's to free them up for the conversations that actually require a human. 3, product photo background generation. You don't need a professional studio shoot for every product variation. AI tools let small brands remove backgrounds and drop products into clean, studio quality environments. It's inexpensive and it keeps your catalog looking professional. Shopify even does AI image editing right inside the Shopify admin. We recently created AI-generated lifestyle shots for every product in a client's catalog. The brand hasn't grown to the point of being able to do its own photo shoot yet, but now we have lifestyle images to use in all of our marketing materials, which are a lift to the brand. 4, smart product recommendations. The old frequently bought together widget is a blunt instrument. AI-driven recommendation engines actually analyze browsing and purchase behavior to suggest genuinely relevant items. A highly recommended tool for this on Shopify is Rebuy. It covers the full customer journey from product pages through cart, checkout, and post-purchase. Your store just needs enough traffic volume to come up with useful recommendations. 5, customer review summaries. Shoppers don't want to read through 50 reviews to find out if a shirt runs small. AI tools surface a short summary, like pros, cons, and sizing notes, right at the top of your review section. Judge Me is my recommended reviews app, and it has AI summaries in its paid tier. 6, AI-driven campaign creation. Running a marketing campaign used to mean a serious investment in time. Brainstorming the concept, writing copy, sizing assets for every channel, and trying to figure out which audience actually cares about this promotion. AI compresses all of that. Tools like Klaviyo and Shopify's built-in marketing features can analyze your store's sales data, seasonal patterns, and customer behavior to suggest what campaigns are worth running in the first place. Then generative AI handles the asset creation, writing the email copy, drafting the social captions, resizing visuals for Instagram, SMS, and paid ads, all adapted for each channel's format and tone. You still need a human to review it and make sure it actually sounds like your brand, but the heavy lifting of going from a blank page to a full campaign across multiple channels is dramatically faster than it used to be. 7. AI-generated video B-roll. Video is everywhere now. Product explainers, brand stories, social reels, reviews, and more. But producing quality video is expensive, and the B-roll that makes a video feel polished and professional is often the hardest part to get right. AI video generation tools let brands create relevant, on-brand B-roll footage without a camera crew. You feed the tool your brand's visual identity, colors, tone, style references, etc., and it generates footage that reinforces the message of the video rather than just being generic stock video footage that could belong to anyone. A coffee brand can have a warm, intimate kitchen scene. An outdoor gear brand can have sweeping trail footage. The result is video content that feels intentional and cohesive across your channels without the production budget that used to make it out of reach. 8. Social media content automation. For small teams, keeping up a consistent social presence is exhausting. Generative AI tools draft captions, suggest hashtags, and adapt your messaging for different platforms. It's not perfect, but it's good enough to maintain a presence without burning out your marketing person. 9. Dynamic upselling. AI reads what's in a shopper's cart and triggers relevant pre-purchase or post-purchase offers in real time. The offers are based on actual shopper intent, not a static rule you configured 6 months ago and forgot about. Aftersell is a solid tool for this on Shopify. It places one-click upsell offers inside checkout and on the thank you page right at the moment when a customer's intent is highest. This is one of those things that runs quietly in the background and just keeps adding to average order value without you having to think about it. 10. Structured data for AI search visibility. This one is still underappreciated. Consumers are increasingly asking ChatGPT or Perplexity to recommend products instead of Googling. To show up in those answers, you need clean schema.org markup and JSON LD on your pages, so AI systems can actually read your prices, inventory status, and descriptions. If this isn't on your to-do list, move it up. Now, if you're doing all of those, you're meeting today's minimum standard. Most of your competitors are doing the same. You're not standing out yet, and that's exactly where things get interesting. The homogenization problem. Think about two competing Shopify brands in the same category. Both are using Shopify Magic for their product copy. Both are running an AI chatbot. Both are using the same AI-driven email flows. Visit their stores, and they start to sound identical. Same tone, same structure, same cadence. That's not a coincidence. AI models are trained to predict the most statistically likely next output. They generate the average of the internet. And if your entire brand runs on AI, your store will look, sound, and function like every other store in your category. The industry has a name for this now, the sea of sameness. And it's getting worse fast because AI tools are cheap and accessible and everyone is using them simultaneously. What's really interesting is how shoppers are responding to it. Researchers are seeing what they're calling generic AI fatigue. Shoppers have developed a real sensitivity to AI-generated content. They can spot a synthetic model, a templated background, or formulaic copy almost instantly. And the moment they recognize it, something shifts psychologically. The brain doesn't read it as efficient or professional. It reads it as low effort. And low effort triggers a very specific thought. If this brand didn't care enough to actually photograph their product in the real world, what other corners are they cutting? That skepticism has a measurable cost. Studies have shown that AI homogenized storefronts are actually causing shoppers to take significantly longer to make purchase decisions because the friction of doubt slows everything down. AI is supposed to speed commerce up, but when it comes to everything looking the same, it has the opposite effect. Here's the analogy I keep coming back to. Highly optimized AI content is elevator music. It's technically flawless, perfectly in tune, mathematically correct tempo, no wrong notes, but it's completely devoid of passion, soul, or a point of view. It is designed to be inoffensive background noise, and ultimately, it's something customers tune out entirely. It doesn't move customers to feel anything. And in a marketplace where your competitors are all playing the same elevator music, The brand that sounds like an actual human being is the one that gets remembered. The differentiation, human strategies that actually set you apart. Anyone can implement AI tools. They're accessible, affordable, and increasingly automatic. The hard part, and the part that actually builds a brand worth caring about, is figuring out how to rise above it. The strategies below are the secret sauce. They're the things that separate a store that competes on price because it has no other differentiator from a brand that has a genuine loyalty and a reason to exist beyond the transaction. Here's the thing. There's no formula for this half. It takes a savvy owner who really understands their customers, their voice, and their corner of the market to know which of these levers to pull and how hard to pull them. Done right, this is the part your competitors can't copy.
Are your customers struggling to find items because of missing or inconsistent product types? Is your store bogged down by thousands of messy, unstructured legacy tags? In the new era of agentic commerce, unstructured product data hurts your store's SEO and lowers your AI discoverability score, making it harder for AI agents like ChatGPT to recommend your products to shoppers. Meet Datify, the product data management tool built specifically for Shopify to help you maintain consistent product organization directly in your Shopify admin. With Datify, you can completely master your product data using a suite of powerful, centralized tools. Product Category Manager – seamlessly align your entire catalog with Shopify's standard product taxonomy, making sure every item is correctly classified. AI-powered bulk editing – stop updating products one by one. Datify uses AI to help you bulk assign categories and category metafield values, saving you hours of manual data entry. Tag Migrator – effortlessly convert unstructured, messy tags into clean, structured category metafields to power better storefront filtering. Product Type Validation – ensure catalog consistency by defining an allowed list of product types. Datify automatically flags invalid or missing types and provides real-time feedback directly on your product pages using admin blocks. Structured product data means better SEO, better AI discoverability, and a better shopping experience. Take control of your catalog. Install Datify from the Shopify App Store and start organizing today.
One, founder-led content. AI cannot be you. In a feed full of polished, generic content, a founder explaining why they built something cuts through immediately. Stop hiding behind a logo. Get on camera. Tell the story of your product in your own words. That's a moat no competitor can buy. That's exactly what you see me doing here right now in this podcast. By the time a listener contacts me about needing help with their brand, I've already established trust with them through the many episodes of this podcast that they've listened to. That's a level of marketing that no highly optimized ads and landing pages can replicate. Be real and authentic, and your customers will find you. 2, in real life or IRL experiences. Digital spaces are saturated. Counteract that by establishing a physical footprint, even temporarily. A local pop-up, a community event, or a workshop tied to your product category. Customers trust what they can physically see and touch in a way that they don't trust a website. 3, zero-party data. Zero-party data is just a fancy term for information about a customer that you get directly from the customer. Don't rely entirely on algorithmic tracking. Build interactive quizzes or post-purchase surveys and just ask customers for their preferences directly. That zero-party data lets you personalize with genuine accuracy. And it's a proprietary asset your competitors can't replicate because it came from your customers and your data, not from a shared platform. One of our best practices with our clients is to get their customers' behaviors stored within Klaviyo's customer profiles. For example, if a customer reads a blog article on cleaning silk sheets, we log that the customer likes, or is at least interested in, silk in their Klaviyo profile. Then we build a segment of silk fans to market to. 4, define your brand and feed it to AI. Here's the thing about AI writing generic, soulless copy. That's often the brand's fault, not the tool's. If you give AI nothing to work with, it falls back on the statistical average of the internet. But if you give it a well-defined brand to work from, the output gets dramatically better. That means doing the hard work of actually documenting who you are, your voice, your tone, your audience, what you stand for, what you'd never say, the specific words and phrases that are distinctly yours. Build that into a brand guidelines document and make it the starting point for every AI prompt you run. Suddenly, the AI isn't generating generic content anymore. It's generating content that at least starts in the right neighborhood. You still need a human to review it and push it further, but you're editing from a more on-brand starting point. Think of it this way. The quality of what AI produces for your brand is a direct reflection of how well you've defined that brand in the first place. The brands that have done that work have a real advantage over the ones that haven't. 5. A distinct, non-AI voice. AI writes safe, corporate, statistically average copy. If your emails and product pages sound perfectly polished but emotionally flat, you'll be ignored. Inject humor. Lean into specific industry language. Take a stance. Your brand voice should be something a reader could recognize even without a logo attached to it. Here's a quick gut check. Take your last 10 pieces of marketing content, remove your logo, and show it to someone. If they can't tell it came from your brand, you've drifted into the sea of sameness. You've handed your identity over to the algorithm, which will fail you. 6. Original photography for hero assets. This is where the signals of low effort really matter. Shoppers have become incredibly good at detecting AI-generated imagery. The perfectly symmetrical lighting, the identical, slightly blurred backgrounds, the synthetic models that look almost human but not quite. When they spot it, perceived value drops immediately. Use AI for catalog cleanup, background removal, color correction, scaling across SKUs. That's exactly what it's designed for. But for your homepage hero images, your primary ad creatives, the visuals that make a first impression, invest in original, professional photography. And here's something counterintuitive. Don't over-polish it. The brands that are cutting through right now are deliberately keeping the natural imperfections in their imagery. The texture of the fabric, the slight asymmetry of a real human face, a slightly imperfect background. Those details are actually signals to the shopper's brain that a real person put effort into this. Smooth everything out with AI, and you erase exactly the thing that builds trust. 7. A highly specific niche. Don't use AI to try to appeal to everyone. Brands that target tight, specific communities, not broad demographics, grow faster and earn deeper loyalty. A narrow focus reduces your customer acquisition cost and makes your marketing far more resonant. 8. A serious retention engine. Customer acquisition is expensive and getting more competitive as AI floods ad channels. Shift your energy toward maximizing lifetime value. Build rigorous retention systems, subscription models, loyalty perks, relevant cross-sells that turn one-time buyers into long-term customers. This is where small brands can genuinely out-execute larger competitors who are optimizing for volume. 9. Radical transparency. Customers are increasingly skeptical of what's real online, and they should be. If you use AI to generate marketing content, say so. If your sourcing story is interesting, tell it. Transparency about your processes, your supply chain, your people, and yes, even your AI usage builds credibility and long-term trust in a way that perfectly polished brands can't. 10. Agentic commerce infrastructure. This is the one most brands aren't thinking about yet, but is becoming very relevant right now. AI shopping agents don't care about your homepage design. They care about your data. When an agent is tasked with finding the best product in your category, it makes decisions based on API infrastructure, fulfillment speed, pricing clarity, and inventory accuracy. If your Shopify catalog feeds have inconsistencies, if your inventory isn't syncing in real time, or if your shipping costs are buried, the agent skips your store entirely and recommends a competitor. Getting your back-end data clean and structured isn't just good hygiene anymore. It's a growth strategy, and our Datify app can help you with all of it. In closing, none of this is easy. That's actually the point. If it were easy, AI would already be doing it, and it would just be table stakes like everything else. Building a brand that people genuinely care about takes time, taste, and judgment. No tool can shortcut that. The AI handles the operational heavy lifting, so you have the capacity to do the real brand work, but that work is still yours to do. The brands that win tomorrow aren't the ones finding a smarter prompt or a tighter automation. They're the ones using AI to clear the decks and then investing that freed up energy into the human things that actually build loyalty. That's the differentiator. That's what compounds over time, and that is exactly what your competitors, no matter how optimized their back ends are, simply cannot copy. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Shopify Solutions podcast with Scott Austin. This podcast is brought to you by Jade Puma, a Shopify-focused agency located in San Diego, California. If you like what you heard, please leave a review and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to work with Scott on your brand, email him at scott@jadepuma.com.